Welcome to Woosh TV. In this video we will talk about the 15 steps to never be poor again. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Woosh TV YouTube channel for future updates. Here's a secret that every truly wealthy person knows: anyone can become wealthy. The challenge is figuring out how to avoid ever becoming poor again. You frequently witness people strike it rich in what was meant to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, only to find themselves struggling 5 years later. Here's the video version of this article. As always, as a result, here are 15 ways to never be poor again. Number 15. Make the decision that you will never again be poor. I know it's easy to dismiss this as a minor issue, but it isn't. Ask yourself this question every time you have to make a decision: will this make me rich or poor? Says the narrator. And if you can't clearly see how your action will boost your earnings, it's a liability. Number 14. Divide your situation into two parts. What makes you money and what costs you money. You rose out of poverty and are now far exceeding everyone's expectations. You are a success in their eyes, and you believe you can take it easy. You didn't come this far just to come this far. We said before, and we'll say it again, you didn't come this far just to come this far. Yes, rejoice because you have now placed food on a table that previously lacked it. Now it is time to ensure that there will always be food when you require it. Break down every financial area of your life once more. However, divide them into two groups. What does it cost me to make money and what does it cost me to make money? Number 13. Money pits must be shut down on every list that are costing you much too much money, at least in relation to the value you are receiving. These are the things on which you should concentrate right now. Everything you do today is geared at getting out of money binds like debt. Make sure you don't make any new ones in the process. There are two ways to end the month with more money than you started with: is to raise your revenue, while keeping your expenses same, resulting in more money left over after spending. Number 12. Concentrate solely on increasing your income. All of your efforts from now on will be focused on bringing in more money. Figure out who has your cash. Work out a way to obtain some of it. And then do it again. Number 11. Your effort pays for assets and the assets pay for your pleasure. Everything you make that isn't necessary for survival should be put into assets. One common blunder that keeps individuals impoverished is that even if they do manage to make money, they spend it. They overspend on food, toys, clothes, televisions, and vacations when they shouldn't. Here's a very important lesson for you. It doesn't imply you can't afford it just because you have the cash. Read it again, and then think about it until you grasp it completely. Isn't it true that you're playing the long game? This is how the wealthy do it. Instead of drinking champagne today, and never drinking champagne again, the wealthy drink water until they can afford to drink champagne whenever they want. Ask yourself this question every time you want to buy anything for pleasure: is this something I'm buying with my time or something I'm paying for with my assets? You can't afford it if your assets aren't earning enough money to cover the cost of your desire. Get back to work. Number 10. Incorporate when things are going well. It's time to turn your hobby into a business. Don't be intimidated by the bureaucracy or the unknown aspects of forming a LLC or corporation. Everything these days can be done online. In no time, you'll be up and running. The biggest lie you were told as a kid was that individuals become wealthy by working high-paying jobs. No. Never in a million years was this the case. To be affluent, you must own items that appreciate in value over time. For example, a business, real estate, pieces of other people's businesses, Bitcoin, and so forth. Incorporation permits you to do exactly that: own a company. Businesses are regarded differently than people, and they have distinct rules in place to help them keep more money and develop. The business is a separate entity from you, and as we learned, while discussing business structures, businesses become wealthy faster than individuals. Number 9. First and foremost, pay yourself. For the most part, this is where things get counterintuitive. Rich folks pay themselves first, whereas poor ones pay their bills first. The problem with the poor people's system is that they pay their bills but never obtain any money for themselves. Isn't it true that you're not supposed to just pay your expenses till you die? This is when owning a business becomes truly valuable. You can afford to pay yourself first and have extra capital since businesses are taxed differently. Number 8. Purchase, create, or construct your first asset that generates income while you sleep. If you've completed everything on this list correctly, you should be in a position to begin the asset building process. Real estate is the most straightforward. People who are uneducated believe that real estate is pricey. Why? Because they are constantly thinking about luxury homes or structures, and how much money they believe they would need to purchase them. In truth, you only need 20% of the value of a home to purchase it. You can immediately rent it out once it's yours. If you're clever, you can clean things up and increase your rental income. Number 7. Use the money you earn at work to improve and solidify the asset that generates income. You should have a continuous stream of income from your job, as well as your first cash flow generating asset by this point. People frequently make the mistake of attempting to diversify too soon. Instead of investing all of your money in a third firm, take a fraction of it, and see how much more value you can get out of your current one. If it's real estate, make repairs to the roof, or windows, freshen up the paint, and tidy up the garden. You already know how to raise the rent. Number 6. Invest in assets that are easy to liquidate and increase in value to save money. You've come here because you don't want to be impoverished ever again, right? Learning to save money is an important aspect of this process. I understand that saving money is a hot topic, but wealthy people approach it differently. They don't consider this money to be savings. You're not putting money aside for a rainy day, as poor people do. Number 5. Make it a priority to invest in yourself. Up to this point in your life, you've made progress because you've learned something useful, either from someone who has done it before you or by trial and error. You're reading this right now because you're taking the process of investing in yourself very seriously. However, this is insufficient. We know plenty of folks who do nothing but read books, and go to conferences but make no meaningful progress. Number 4. Look for opportunities that will pay off. Poor individuals are unaware of the numerous opportunities that pay for themselves. Someone we know made their first investment in a townhouse. He was looking for a rental when he noticed that the entire building he was about to enter had been placed up for sale. He was able to go to the bank and receive a loan with a minimum down payment, since he had good credit, which we covered last Sunday. He relocated to the new building and rented out the remaining units. His tenants are covering the entire building's mortgage and then some. He now has more money, is rent-free, and is accumulating equity in the building each month. Number 3. All of your profits should be reinvested to help you build wealth faster. You're already doing well at this point. Consistently reinvesting money into our businesses has been one of our own keys to growth. You don't need much when you're young, and you don't have many responsibilities, so you can afford the luxury of reinvesting everything to increase your chances of being wealthy. You'll get to that position of financial stability faster if you reinvest more. What's more, in most countries, you don't have to pay taxes if you reinvest profit, which means that if you reinvest the money in the firm, you get all of the financial benefits of your profit without the government taking anything away. Number 2. Do not increase your standard of living in proportion to your income. This is the most common reason for persons who have risen out of poverty to fall back into it. Resist the impulse to engage in status games. There's no reason to flex even if you can afford it. We know your inner kid is screaming for you to show the haters how well you're doing, and how you've proven him wrong, but a victory isn't complete until the fight is done, so don't blow it. Number 1. Rep till all of your assets are gone. 3-to-1 return on investment if you commit to it. It normally takes 3 years to move from poverty to the middle class. After that, it takes 7 years to progress from mediocrity to financial independence. Where financial independence means you could retire tomorrow, and live off your earnings for the rest of your life. People want things to go faster than this, but 7 years is a drop in the bucket for us. Building long-term wealth is a tedious task. At least in terms of day-to-day operations. You have 1 or 2 major events per year, and the rest is just hard work. If you do the right things for long enough, you'll get yours. The kind of retirement you want has nothing to do with your age. It has everything to do with being free of financial worries. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.